Hey YouTubers, thanks for tuning in and watching another one of our walkthroughs here at Weeda's Marine. Today we're bringing one of the beautiful FXR Skeeters. This is color option 6. Probably one of the best looking ones I've seen Skeeter do in a while. We got a white gel, we got a cobalt gel, and we got one of my favorite stars, Midnight Star. Midnight Star looks black, but it's got holographic flake in it, and it's actually a real dark navy that matches the Yamaha cowling, but it really looks black to the eye. So, FXR Skeeter, what's new for 2021? Well, 2020 was the debut of the FXR, which was the first major hull change since 2010 when we came out with the FX that everybody loved. I have had 2 FXR demos since 2020, and I can tell you this is absolutely one of the best rough water boats on the market today, and by far it is the best handling, best riding, best balanced Skeeter that I have ever owned, okay? So color option 6 is in a limited edition. Limited edition package, you know, I think everyone knows by now that's coming with blades. It's coming with the Fusion Bluetooth stereo system. We're coming with 2 Humminbird 12s. We're coming with the Ultrex. And I mentioned what's new. There's not a lot new this year because we had such a major change last year. We've got some new wheels this year. A little more chrome, but we still got that black that everyone likes, but we dressed it up a little bit. And we've got a new butt seat design. I don't know if you all can see this, but there was some complaints, not on the 20-footer, okay, but on the 21 there were a few complaints that the butt seat possibly was further away from the trolling motor than some people like. So some of the old school Skeeters had 2 butt seat posts that you could actually move your butt seat closer or further away from the pedal. Well, they came up with a pretty cool idea. They actually put a slider on here, okay? So I can actually slide this seat either forwards or backwards. Obviously it would be on a pro pole, okay? But kind of a pretty cool little fix that Skeeter did instead of having to put another actual spot for the butt seat up there. But you know, one of the things going back, if you haven't seen one of these in 2020, what's so cool Skeeter did is there's only so many things you can do to a bass boat, you know. Every year you got to come up with it, and, you know, let's face it, they can make the best hull in the world, which this is the best hull Skeeter's ever made, but they've got to change up some of the eye candy for you too, so that you know it's a new boat. And the biggest thing that you know that this is a new boat on the FXR is this, what I call retro bow. This kind of triangular shaped bow. It's a smart idea. It gives the boat a bold look, but it really widens that bow flare up, man. I like it because it's like old school retro Skeeter Wrangler. I love it. They got built-in bow lights on these now, which is really cool. And you can see how large that front deck is, okay? That front deck is ginormous, and I think that one day we're going to bring you a video soon where we're going to measure these different boats' decks and compare them. But I can tell you right now, I think this is the largest deck on a bass boat right now. Same boat I run, 21 FXR. I love it. What do I love about it? I think that a Skeeter, I've always fallen in love with the short gunnels. Short gunnels are great for shallow water fishermen, all right? But they just put you in a good position where when you roll cast, you don't hit the gunnels, and I really like that. I appreciate the fully padded front deck on a Skeeter. The whole front deck on a Skeeter's padded. I really love that. That's on the limited editions and the Apexes now, mind you, okay? But having that fully padded front deck is so nice. So many times you go down to kneel, really soft, really like it, and there's so much room up here to put a bunch of rods. Really cannot speak enough volumes about the Skeeter deck, okay? What else do I like about a Skeeter? When you're in a Skeeter, the seating is very comfortable, and I don't feel that I'm too close to the steering wheel, yet if I was larger, it would give me room. If you're shorter, it gives you room. It's a good all-around, without having an adjustable seat. It's a very comfortable, good all-around seat in the Skeeter, and I really like that. The FX series has a medallion gauge. Gas gauges in boats are typically, I always tell customers, a suggestion of how much fuel that you have in your boat. You never really know. Well, with the medallion gauge, you truly know how much you have fuel that you have in your boat. This one's got an optional hydraulic jack plate, which the boats run fine without them. If you fish a lot of shallow water, it's nice to have a hydraulic jack plate on the back of the boat. The Helix units that come standard come on Skeeter's own brackets, okay? Now, sometimes we'll have folks change these out for Bass Boat Technology brackets. They might go with double brackets, Lowrance, Lowrance Humminbird combo. Everything at We Just Marine's custom rigging. So you can get a boat however you want, but the way Skeeter does it right from the factory is pretty good. Now, one other subtle change for you guys that are real boat, follow these changes the manufacturers make, is they have changed the live well orientation back to what we've always become accustomed to in a Skeeter. We have a side opening live well. I don't know why they did this. I think maybe, perhaps it helps from keeping water and getting in here. I don't know. I appreciate this and like this because, to me, if I'm on the water, a lot of like your larger tournaments, your opens, your coastas, your things like that, you'll have to, keep your boat in the water when you're weighing your fish in. And it's always nice. I can either stand behind here or I'll take the net and put it behind here, but the fish can't jump out the side when I'm doing like an on the water weigh in. When I have a live well that opens like that, they can jump either way. I don't know. I mean, it's something I've had happen a couple times in my fishing, in my years fishing. But for whatever reason, Skeeter said it was better to go back to the side live well, and that's a subtle change. Here's the rear compartments. I never really give you too good a look at that. You can see that's super deep in there. A lot of room. Some power pole covers a customer wanted that we put in there. But yeah, I mean, it's one of the best layouts in the business. The center cooler is soft. It's easy to step up on the back deck. There's plenty of room on the back deck too for your co-angler. And when I'm sitting here, I look like I should be out here with flares calling in, a F-16 or something, because it's like an aircraft carrier up here. And it gets talked about so much, but let's face it, people want bigger, wider boats. That's what we're living in. That's what people want. And I think if you're wanting big and you're wanting bad, the Skeeter FXR is pretty much as big and bad as it gets. But I want to say too, when you're in this boat on the trolling motor and you're cutting around timber, you're going in and out of docks, it does not feel like a 21.5-foot boat, okay? I had an FXR20 when these first came out, which I normally always run a 21-foot boat, okay? And when they first came out, I got an FXR20. And I want something that needs to make, mention of, if you're used to running the old FX21, the current FXR20, the length is, so I think the current FXR20 is 20 foot 4 inches. The old FX20 was 20 foot 2 inches. But you feel like you could set the old FX20 inside the new FXR20. Now, of course, this boat's a 21. And that's where I'm getting at, is the 21 is a truly big boat. It's 21, I believe, and a half feet long, okay? It doesn't feel that big. When I'm on the trolling motor, when I first came out of the 20, I got into the 21. I said, my God, this boat's almost too big for me. No, this thing will cut, it'll turn, it'll go. I mean, very well balanced, fishes very well on the trolling motor. It actually responds to the trolling motor better than the previous generation FXs. Now, I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's because it's got more dead rise, more keel. I would probably say because it's not as flat on the bottom. It has more keel in the water, so it probably tracks better in the wind, and I'm guessing that's why. But I do know that this is the best riding, best fishing Skeeter that I've ever owned. The 20 or the 21, okay? The 20 rides great. It rides better than the old 21 rode, but this 21 takes it to a whole nother level. If you just want to go anywhere you want to go, not worry about the wave conditions within reason, the FXR21, big and bad, you get them at Wheatas Marine. We strive to have a very large selection of Skeeter boats. You know, this last year or so has been crazy. Boat demand's an all-time high, and so what I ask you, if you go on our website, you don't see the model that you want, please contact one of our 4 salespeople. We may have that boat on order. We may have it coming to you. But, folks, what do you think? You think this FXR21's big and bad? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and as always, we're a phone call away, 859-647-BOAT. Wheatas Marine, your home for Skeeter boats.